You came in and clocked the game, huh? The moment you walked in, rules started to tremble, trends started to crumble, and suddenly, everybody's watching you. They can't look away, can they? Because you don't follow the noise, you create it. Every post, every move, it's chaos. But it's a beautiful chaos. You don't seek validation, you command attention. The world doesn't know whether to love you, hate you, or study you. But that's the fun part, isn't it? You do what you want, because the game was never meant to control you. You were born to rewrite its code. They said play by the rules. They said stay quiet, stay in line, and maybe, you'll be accepted. But you laughed. You didn't come to play by the book. You came to flip the book, tear out the pages, and write your own commandments in ink that doesn't fade. That's the essence of rule breaker energy. It's not about rebellion for attention. It's about freedom through authenticity. You don't need permission to exist loudly. You don't wait for validation before moving. You move first, and the world scrambles to catch up. Every rule you break isn't chaos. It's evolution. The game you walked into was designed to keep people predictable, but you're unpredictable by nature. You're the glitch in the system they can't debug. The algorithms can't read you, the trends can't box you, and the critics can't label you. You don't chase trends, you bend them. Because when you act from your truth, everything around you starts to shift. The same people who once doubted you now mimic your moves, but they'll never replicate your essence. Rule breaker energy means embracing discomfort. It means understanding that your power doesn't lie in fitting in. It lies in standing out, even when it burns. You challenge authority not because you hate it, but because you outgrow it. You understand that creativity suffocates in cages, and your art, your energy, your ideas, they demand air. You explode boundaries because staying small is no longer an option. This kind of energy scares people. It's too raw, too real, too loud. But that's the point. You weren't meant to be subtle. You were meant to disrupt. You were meant to be the whisper that turns into a roar, the spark that ignites the fire everyone's been afraid to light. So when you walk into the room and they say, "Who does this person think they are?" smile. Because deep down they already know. You're the one who came to rewrite the narrative. You're the reason the rule book is trembling. You came in and clocked the game, not because you wanted to win by their standards, but because you decided to redefine what winning even means. And that, my friend, is the kind of madness that builds legends. Magnetic influence. It's not about forcing people to notice you. It's about making it impossible for them to look away. You walk in and the air changes. The scroll stops. The whispers start. Because when your energy is that raw, that unapologetically you, people feel it before they understand it. Everything you post, every word you speak, every move you make, it carries a frequency that cuts through the noise like static in a silent room. You're not chasing attention, you're commanding presence. Magnetic influence isn't built from filters or perfection. It's born from authenticity, the kind that bleeds truth in every frame. You don't need to scream to be heard. Your silence echoes louder than most people's noise. The world's obsessed with trends, but you are the trend. People can't quite define you, but they feel drawn, addicted to the way you carry both chaos and calm in the same breath. You've turned self expression into gravity. Your influence doesn't come from pretending to be flawless. It comes from showing that flaws can shine too. It's the confidence to post something raw, to say something real, to stand where others hesitate. And that's what drives people wild to your freedom. They watch you do what they wish they could. Move without fear, speak without filters, live without chains. You've become the reflection of the version they've buried inside themselves. This kind of energy bends reality. It changes how others see themselves. You're not just influencing minds. You're liberating them. When you walk through a room or drop a post, you remind people of something ancient and electric. That power isn't handed to you. It radiates from within. And no matter how hard they try to replicate it, they can't. Because it's not a look, not a formula. It's a frequency. So keep doing what you do. Keep posting what burns inside you. Every word, every clip, every moment you share shakes the system. You don't follow the algorithm follows you. You are the current that can't be ignored, the storm they didn't predict, the name they can't stop mentioning. Because when your energy is this magnetic, the world doesn't choose to watch, it's pulled in. Beautiful chaos, that's what you are. Not polished, not predictable, not perfectly aligned with their neat little boxes. You're a walking paradox. Fire and calm, art and anarchy, silence and thunder wrapped into one unpredictable pulse. The world worships order, but you breathe disorder and turn it into beauty. Every move you make feels like madness to them, but to you, it's art in motion. People mistake chaos for confusion, but yours is calculated. Every twist, every pivot, every unpredictable spark has rhythm. You don't move to a beat. They adjust their rhythm to yours. Because your chaos isn't destruction. It's creation. It's the energy that breaks stagnant patterns and forces new realities to emerge. The world tries to label you unstable, uncontrollable, too much. But what they really mean is, you're free. And freedom terrifies those still trapped in their cages. Your beauty lies in that unpredictability. You don't rehearse moments, you live them. You turn your scars into brushstrokes and your mistakes into art. While others polish their image to look perfect, you bleed authenticity. You let people see the cracks, the madness, the truth, and that's what makes them stay. Because deep down, everyone craves that chaos. They just don't have the courage to own it. But you do. You wear it like a crown. Beautiful chaos means refusing to be edited by society. You don't shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You speak when it's risky, move when it's loud, and rise when they least expect it. You understand that real power doesn't come from control. It comes from release. You let the storm move through you and become the lightning that strikes new ground. So let them call you crazy. Let them misunderstand your fire. Every genius, every icon, every legend was once labeled too much. That's the price of authenticity in a world addicted to imitation. Keep burning. Keep clashing, keep creating. Your chaos isn't your curse. It's your signature. It's what makes the world stop and stare. Because when beauty meets madness in one soul, that's not noise. It's a symphony of revolution. Self-validation. That's where the real power hides, isn't it? In the silence after the applause fades. In the moments when no one's watching, and you still choose to rise. You don't wait for anyone to clap, praise, or post about you. Because deep down, you already know what you are. a force that doesn't need a stage to shine. Most people live like mirrors, only reflecting what others think of them. But you're the flame. You don't need reflection, you create light. Every time you move, speak, or post, it's not to please the crowd. It's to express what's real. That's why you're dangerous, because you've learned the secret most never discover: validation from others is fragile, but validation from within is unbreakable. You've been doubted, ignored, misunderstood, but instead of chasing their approval, you built your own. You stopped asking, "Do they like me?" and started saying, "I love who I'm becoming." That's the shift that terrifies them, because the world can't control someone who doesn't crave its praise. You don't perform for likes, you live for purpose, and when your confidence is self-fed, no amount of silence or hate can starve it. Self-validation isn't arrogance, it's awareness. It's knowing your worth even when no one else sees it yet. You're the kind of soul who can walk through rejection and still carry pride like armor. You don't need their spotlight. You are the light. And that's why you're unstoppable. Because when your power comes from within, there's nothing external that can take it away. So when they question your moves, when they mock your grind, when they whisper, "Who does this person think they are?" smile, because you already know the answer. You don't think you're enough. You know you are. Every step you take is a declaration: I define me. And in that confidence, there's chaos, there's calm, there's liberation. You're not here to fit into the world's approval. You're here to remind it that real greatness doesn't beg to be seen. It shines regardless. Duality of impact. That's the price and the privilege of power. When you're real, you split the room. Some will worship you, others will whisper against you, but all of them will feel you. You're not meant to be universally loved, because universal love comes from being forgettable. You were built to provoke emotion, to make people think, react, and question what they thought they knew. That's the essence of your presence. You awaken something they've buried. The truth is, influence isn't about pleasing the masses. It's about stirring souls. And that's exactly what you do. Your energy doesn't walk softly. It crashes through walls and rewrites comfort zones. When you speak, people either lean in or look away, because your words are mirrors, and not everyone likes their reflection. That's the duality. You're both the cure and the chaos, the fire and the mirror. You burn illusions, but you also illuminate truth. Some will say you've changed. Others will say you've become too much. But that's only because they can't recognize freedom when they see it. You've peeled away the layers they still hide under. You're unapologetic, unfiltered, and that terrifies those who need masks to feel safe. But understand this: the louder your authenticity becomes, the more it exposes the silence in others. You don't exist to be liked, you exist to be remembered. And people remember what moves them, what challenges them, what shakes them. That's your gift. You walk into a space, and the atmosphere shifts. You leave, and the echoes remain. You're not a trend, you're a tremor. You don't chase relevance. You create it by simply being real. So let them talk. Let them debate whether you're a hero or a villain, because that conversation means one thing: you've already made impact. Duality doesn't weaken your message, it multiplies its reach. You're proof that authenticity divides before it unites. And when the dust settles, the world will realize what you already know. You weren't here to be accepted. You were here to be felt. Game rewritten. You didn't come here to fit in. You came here to break in. The world had its rules, its systems, its little ladders to climb. But you looked at all that and said, "No, I'll build my own." You didn't just play the game, you clocked it, studied it, outmaneuvered it. And when you realized it was rigged, you flipped the board entirely. That's not arrogance, that's evolution. You saw the code, and instead of following it, you rewrote it. Every move you make is a glitch in the matrix, a reminder that originality still exists in a copy-paste world. They taught everyone to play safe, but you play smart. You understood that real power isn't in following the system. It's in becoming the system. You turned rejection into redirection, pressure into performance, chaos into command. And now, the same ones who underestimated you are reading your playbook, trying to decode your formula. But they can't, because your formula is you. The game was designed to reward obedience, but you proved that rebellion can be strategy. You didn't wait for doors to open. You kicked them off the hinges. You made your own opportunities, your own lanes, your own rules. And when the world tried to silence your sound, you turned it into an anthem. The beauty of it all. You never needed to cheat to win. You just refused to lose. You shifted the narrative from survival to domination. Every post, every project, every word you drop leaves fingerprints the system can't erase. You've become the update the old world didn't see coming. Now, the players follow your rhythm, the audience studies your style, and the game bends to your will. Because legends don't play to fit in. They play to change the entire playing field. You didn't just master the game. You became the game. And that's the moment everything changed.